Welcome to Dmv Take number 3. So today is Friday, a day I was looking forward to for the fact it's the end of the week and it's been a tough week. And after getting about 4 hours of sleep, because I had to stay up late finishing taxes because the taxes are due July 15th. Wanted to make sure I got all that stuff in. I had an appointment for the DMV that I wasn't sure if I was going to cancel or not. And so this is 3 days later after the second visit to the DMV where that turned out to be a fail. So the reason I returned today is because I had an appointment. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it for the fact that I didn't have everything that I needed to complete it all, but I had to follow up on my wife's car because I'm doing the same thing for her that I'm doing for myself, putting vehicles in the trust. And it turns out that I had all the paperwork that I needed to get my wife to the same point that I am now. So it was a game of catch up today. It wasn't a loss because I was able to do everything that I set out to do, but I made sure my expectations were a little bit lower today. I had the hopes, perhaps, of doing everything I needed to do, but I had the fortunate opportunity to meet with the same expert at the DMV that I met with earlier this week, and she told it to me straight. She's like, okay, well, you can put, the liens you have on the vehicles, but, if you want to put them in trust now, you're going to have to pay that transfer tax. So you have to wait for the lender to get the new titles, and then you got to do it at that point. So, you know what? I'm used to kind of a few disappointments here and there, but I set out exactly what I was going to do today. And so I got the lien established, and you know what? I'm happy. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's progress. It gets me a little bit further. So if I learned anything today, learning lessons from today are don't essentially feel like you have to get it all knocked out. Sometimes you're going to get a little bit of progress instead of getting to the finish line, but progress is a good thing. And also what I learned today was that with the whole process and everything for putting your vehicles into trust with debt at the DMV, it will take at least 2 visits, no less, because the first visit, if you have everything lined up right, you'll realize and recognize that you had to put a lien in your personal name first. And then after that, you can actually put the vehicle into a trust. Now, if you just want to put a vehicle into a trust, you can do that. Do it without debt. But we actually decided to do it with debt, and we have to follow a slightly different process to make it happen. Now, I actually went through the numbers, and it may not seem like a lot, but you know what? If you do have a vehicle that's worth a lot, it can mean a lot more. But essentially, making that second trip essentially ends up saving about $1,000. So I consider that a huge plus. Don't have to pay $1,000 in taxes and can do exactly what I set out to do. So that's a big plus. Again, the one mistake that I made during my last visit earlier this week with the whiteout was a $45 mistake. So I made a $45 mistake, but the insight of what I learned saved me $1,000. So that's why if you make mistakes, make small mistakes. But when you win big. All right. So I have one more trip left to DMV. That's going to be later this month, but I'm looking forward to it because that should be it. That will mark the final chapter of the DMV Vehicle into Trust Challenge that I've been working on accomplishing for the past 3 years, and actually learning how to do it has required almost 3 months, but now I'll know exactly what I need to do. And so if you're interested in these, types of learning lessons that can help mitigate risk for you, help you preserve and protect your equity as far as what you're working for, then this is just a little thing, but it can have a big impact. And it was funny. I was talking with some friends the other day about, well, this is what I'm doing. I'm putting vehicles into trust. And they're looking at me like, why would you ever do that? And I was like, I'm also putting debt on my vehicle. And they're also like, why would you ever do that? And so the biggest thing is they're probably thinking, you know what? Etzel's crazy, right? But when people call you crazy, that means they don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it. That's all that means. And I can tell you from what I'm doing, I got excited. My eyes I had a grin going across my face. My eyes kind of opened up, like how excited I was that I was actually doing this. And that's what sometimes people are going to do. They're not going to have a clue of what you're doing, but as long as you know, man, that gives you a huge advantage. So hope you enjoyed my learning lessons from the day, DMV Take 3. There will be at least one more chapter in this DMV experience, and I'm hoping for that to be the last one. So, thanks again for tuning in. Hope to catch you on the next one. Bye.